What is going on, everyone? Drew here with the crew. Hans, Tyler, welcome to another Photo Booth 101 University episode. So today I want to focus on, obviously this is a photo booth podcast, but we are in the event rental space. And for those that don't know, Hans owns a mechanical bull rental business. So I want to talk about that, man. I want to allocate a lot of the time here for this. So Hans, man, what is your rental business for the mechanical bulls, and how did you get into that?
Yeah, man. I had an event here at my house. Uh, I would say about like 2 years ago, and the guy came and he set up like probably 30 minutes or less. It seemed like he had been doing it for a while, so he just set it up and left. And I was like, man, that's pretty dope. Like, I want that type of passive income where he comes, sets it up, and leaves. And so this is in Cali. I'm in Cali. So I looked into it, and I mean they are expensive, but because they are expensive, there's not a lot of them out there. So I got into it. It's been doing well. I like more the hourly ones, just because of the liability. And plus, usually when they get a mechanical bull, it's a pretty dope ass party. It's not like a 2-year-old party. It's more like a quinceañera, sweet 16. Someone's turning 21 and they're taking crazy shots and stuff. So that's what I like. So since I do both mechanical bull and photo booth, I would say that the pro for mechanical bulls, if anyone's getting into it, was there's no computer savviness to it. Um, I know I was super lucky that I'm pretty computer savvy, so photo booth wasn't so much as an issue for me. But like if you're not computer savvy at all, mechanical bulls is great. Also jumper rentals like the bouncy hassles, but it's just maintenance that you have to keep up with. Lube them up, make sure that the electrical's working. But I mean, it's not too crazy. What questions do you guys have?
Dude, no, I'm super curious. So you mainly do more mechanical bull rentals in the photo booth.
It's
What do you
starting to go 50-50 now.
what's your average like per rental? Like what are you making per event? If like let's just say like if you had to average it out for the bulls.
For the bulls. So per week, I have 4 bulls. Minimum, I'm putting like in one Saturday, like 1,500 every Saturday.
Damn. So what is that monthly? Sorry, I'm a little slow on the adding that up. That's like what,
So
6 grand?
like most of the time they rent four, like all 4 rent out. Most of the time, all of them rent out for. But I would say like maybe one or 2 weeks out of the month, only 3 will go out.
Mm.
Um, or only 2 go out in one week, but all the other weeks are rented out. So I
Yeah.
would say like what? So we're talking about like about 5,000.
So if just for the thumbnail, I already know the thumbnail is going to be a mechanical bull. Like this guy made. What do you think on an annual basic? Like let's just say this year, like roughly, if you don't mind sharing, like what do you think you're?
Yeah. I got paid on Venmo. I actually kind of shocked myself when I got paid on Venmo because I looked at the how much I made just in like the year's not even over yet. Um, and just in Venmo, which is the one that they pay the least, people are just like paying checks, cash, Zelle, other things. Um, but just through Venmo, I made like about $8,000, and then if you looked at my Zelle, it's like a lot of money. I don't know, like probably right now, I probably at least cleared 45.
For the year
Yeah, at least.
in total for everything.
Oh no, with Venmo, at least 50.
So for the thumbnail,
Yeah.
making $50,000 a year with mechanical bulls, that's dope. Love
Yeah,
it.
but how
Thumbnail,
about
man.
with the
Congrats.
photo booth? I want obviously this is about the mechanical bulls, but I want to bring in some of the photo booth talk. How about the photos with photo booth and mechanical bulls yearly? You're clearing how much would you say estimated?
Remember I started like in February, and I wasn't really getting rentals until like late March. I was doing some free events here and there. Um, so I would say like in photo booth, I haven't made crazy money. I would have to like look at my bank account and like kind of like separate it, but just if I need to average from the very beginning, average till now, it was like probably like 1,200 a month, which is not a lot, which is like only like 10,000.
There's
so
someone watching this. There's someone watching this. Was like, did he just say 10,000 is not a lot?
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, like, he, like, yo, that pays off like my student loan or a car, like, you know.
right. I don't want to sound like it's not a lot of money. I mean, I
No, I
got into
get it.
business to make good money, man. As you guys know, I'm a paramedic as well, and that pays really well. It's just like a step above EMT, so like they're like pretty high in demand. So I get paid well, but I got into this for the freedom, because people have asked me, it's like, you have such a good job, like why are you leaving paramedic to do mechanical bulls? Why are you leaving paramedic to do photo booths? I was like, dude, because I don't have to ask anybody if I don't want to work Thursday, like last Thursday, which is Thanksgiving. I already know for a fact I'm off Christmas Eve, Christmas, New Year's. I'm off because I've had people call me, hey, are you working Thanksgiving? I need a photo booth. No.
You know, I agree because actually it's something again, it's something I saw on Drew's TikTok a couple days ago. He was doing a video and it caught my attention, and I was like, dang, I didn't really think about it like that until I saw the video. He was like, you know, yeah, you have to sacrifice your weekends and stuff like that, but like it feels so good to have the whole week off of work, and that, you know, he could go food shopping middle of the week and stuff like that. Don't have to save all his priorities for the weekend.
Mm.
And I saw that video and I was like, wow, like, I thought about it. Like, I love my 9 to 5. Don't get me wrong. You know, I do like it. I enjoy it. I have good health insurance and et cetera, et cetera. I make good money for a New Jersey salary. But as far as like, you know, being able to, you know, just sacrifice a couple weekends or even all your weekends and then have that Monday through Friday off while everyone's at work, you're home, you can do whatever you want. You know, there's not a lot of traffic during the week because everyone's at work and stuff like that. You know, you could get around faster, you can do things faster. You know, the only and even on the weekends when you're doing stuff like photo booth events and the mechanical bull rentals, most of that stuff is at nighttime anyways. So it's not like you're losing your entire day on the weekends either. Unless you're doing, you know, if you're doing the drop off and you have 3 or 4 photo booths, you might have to sacrifice maybe 11 a.m. to like 5 o'clock. But then if you drop all of them off by 5 o'clock, you know, obviously you gotta go pick them up at nighttime. But you still got the whole morning to yourself. You have the afternoon. But for someone starting off in the business and you only have one photo booth, maybe two max, all of those events are going to happen at nighttime. So you pretty much have your whole day still on the weekends on top of that, and you're still making great money.
Yeah. But back to the Bulls, I was going to ask you, like, I'm pretty sure a common question we're going to get if we don't talk about it, like, what about liability? You know what I mean? Like, have you ever had anyone get hurt?
We had one person sprain their wrist, and it was an adult. So this is the important thing that I want to say. I mean, like, I'm not a lawyer. I mean, of course, but I my my wife is a paralegal, and she has access to lawyers like for free, which is awesome because lawyers aren't cheap. And I told her, I was like, hey, like, help me draft off this contract where like they're signing like, hey, we understand this is a bull, like it's just common sense, you know, like if I get hurt, blah blah blah. One thing that I suggest if you do draft a contract, whether it be for photo booth or for mechanical bulls, is have them initial at every little, like break it into like a lot of parts, so it's not like they're reading a whole paragraph. Like break it down and then just do initials, because then they can't be like, oh well, I didn't read it. I was like, well, you initialed after you like read like 3 sentences, and then you initialed after you read these 3 sentences. So but yeah, liability insurance per bull, the last one I got quoted was 5,000 per bull, and it's a year, and that's like about 20,000 for the year.
You pay 20.
For bulls.
You pay
Oh
that.
no, I couldn't afford it. I'm looking for a cheaper option right now. Just because it's too expensive. So I draft these contracts and I tell them like, hey, understand what you're reading. Like, this is a mechanical bull. I usually try to push for the hourly rentals because I could be there. But I mean, California is still like a kind of wild west. I was talking to Tyler about like mechanical bulls in New Jersey, and they're like super regulated over there. Right here in Cali, there's a little more wild west in mechanical bulls. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but I'm pretty sure once they start like getting strict on the mechanical bulls and start putting them as like carnival rides, because that's where I get lucky. It doesn't get placed in carnival rides. Once it does that, I'm sure the mechanical bull prices are gonna shoot up like crazy because it's just gonna be too expensive to keep that insurance.
Yeah. Where'd you get your bulls from? That's not like something you just go on Amazon, right?
No. So I got one from some guy in Pomona. He has a manufacturer team. Thing is like Doros Jerez, something like that. And I
Yeah.
got one from him. And then one guy, I got super lucky. He was selling his big box truck and 2 bulls, and he gave me a heck of a deal. I think I paid about like 12,000 for everything. Which like each bull, like if you look at the bulls that he sold me, because his bulls are really really nice. Each bull would have costed me about like $5,000 to $6,000 each used. Um, and then so I was like looking at like a good 20 grand. So I saved like about $9,000 in that deal. But
Yeah,
if you
good.
guys need like help of like where you want to get them here in SoCal, Gabino's Jumpers, they're up in El Monte. They have some pretty good bulls. I'll vouch for them. They're really good. Todas is pretty good. And they haven't done me. There's a couple things that if you guys want to shoot me a DM, there's a couple things that I would switch out to make it more reliable. I don't want to get into the technical stuff because it does get technical. And then I have a guy, his name's Chema. He started manufacturing them too. He has like his own little shop. And man, his bulls are really good, but they're pricey, man. They start at like 9,200.
Mm. Dude, so you got 2 mechanical bulls and a box truck, or did
A
you
box
just
truck. That fits all 4 of my bulls now, bro.
for
He has
12
four
grand?
he has 4 mechanical bulls in a box truck right now. That's
That's
crazy.
dope. You
That's
know what?
crazy.
You know what's so funny? So speaking of box trucks, I like low key, like I now as like I'm getting older and we've been in business and we're making good money. I value time so much now. Now, like when I hear all those gurus talking about, I bought a private jet, not to flex, but to save my time. I'm like, I understand that now. So like part of me wants to get a box truck and literally for our rentals have all of the booths already made, all of the backdrops already put together. So we could literally just walk in there, box truck, put everything down and save us like 15, 20 minutes on these rentals.
You
But
would
you have
save
no idea how many times I've done that. I've done that with my mechanical bulls when they rent like the mechanical bull and the photo booth at the same time. I'll arrive. They're like, I'll put the mechanical bull, I'll take it out, and then they're like, "Oh, what time are you dropping off the booth?" I was like, "It's in there, don't worry." And I'll take that out, and like, boom, it's like right there, and I
and it's
just
set up. That's so awesome. It's so much like time is money. So you save so much time. You're saving a lot of money just by doing that. That's such a great idea. I never thought about that. Having a box truck and just being able to just take out the backdrop already pre-made. Just tie it down so it don't fall apart while you're driving to the party.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's such a good idea, man.
Yeah. And the guys you bought the bulls from, are they like they're Latino?
yeah, they were Hispanic. I don't know what type of like Hispanics they
Shout
were.
out. We gotta promote them. Send me yeah, we'll put that in the description in the info if Hans can give me that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So man, the mechanical bull business, man, that's amazing. Like what made what makes you, okay, why I find this business interesting, and I don't know, Tyler, if you can agree, because I know Tyler's like is all about the marketing and making videos for the business. I'm jealous for the mechanical bull because there's so many the content on that is next to none. The footage that you can get, you know what I mean? Like, so the photo booth, yeah, you have people like this, but to have footage of people on a freaking bull just getting tossed around,
Oh man, you could
like,
you could easily make a video like mechanical bull fails and like just people just crashing onto the pad out like the bouncy part after. Oh man,
I love
you
that. Yeah.
we're giving you ideas, Hans.
No, too. Like, only reason why I brought that up is because on Hans's Tito's Toros on your Instagram page, like it's so easy for you to make content. Like you make these memes, and it's like I'm like, dude, that's such a good video. And I'm thinking like it's a good video because it's good content. We're talking about mechanical bulls versus like, can you imagine being in a business, you guys, where like it's not sexy and it's not fun, right? Like the content for the photo booth, you have people dressed up, looking nice and all that. But like if you were like a mobile detailer or something, it's just photos of clean cars.
Yeah.
So it's like how I'm just thinking of from a business perspective, but that's dope. I'm Tyler. Anything else, man? You want to ask Hans before we talk more about photo booths?
So the one question I do have to ask you, and I think we've talked about this outside of the podcast, is how many people have really like said like, oh, like especially the macho guys, like the ones who are like, oh, I could do this. This is easy. And they jump on the bull and like they literally fall within 10 seconds. But then you got their girlfriends who jump on and they're just like at least like a solid minute on that thing. Like, yeehaw.
So
Good question.
I'll tell you that it happens a lot just because guys are like usually like bigger and heavier. With the mechanical bulls, I know that like teens in between like 13-year-olds and 16-year-olds, those kids do the best on the mechanical bull because they're usually thinner, they're fit. Most of them are fit. and they, when they're being tossed around, there's not that much weight that they throw into momentum, so they're able to hold on. Whereas in like a heavier set guy like me, I'll last less because as soon as it bucks, my whole weight goes with it, and I'll like I'll get on balance really easily. So as compared to like guys and girls, like boyfriend girlfriend usually does better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last question. Actually, I had another question. How is the marketing different? I mean, like, is getting leads the same process? Or is it like a different type of animal because it's, obviously they're both rentals, but is there any different approach you have to take?
You know what? I actually kind of just because I started with mechanical bulls first. I pretty much everything that I learned from mechanical bulls and how to sell them, I applied it to photo booths. The only thing that I would say is you just kind of have to explain to them like, it is a mechanical bull, it's dangerous. Like that's the only thing. Like I always say it, like I always talk to them on the phone just so they know what they're getting into. Especially because sometimes they think like, oh, it's not that big, right? I was like, no, it's like you're renting a mechanical bull. It's a big guy. Like these things weigh like just the base with the bull, like just that together is probably like 350 pounds. So it's like they need to know like, yo, this is a heavy set thing. But other than that, like, no, man, like I'm thankful that I did the mechanical bulls before the photo booth because or I could have probably done both and switch it up, but they both helped me on like how to sell. I wouldn't think the marketing is too different.
Interesting. And last question, I promise. What type of events are you doing? Right? Because I'm assuming a mechanical bull is not something you're bringing at a wedding, right?
No, so a lot of 15s, quinceañeras, especially like out here in like Santa Clarita area. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Santa Clarita, Agua Dulce. There's like a lot of ranches that they get. So ranch houses out there with a, like huge space, So it's like kind of cowboy theme. Or I've gone to like rich areas in Beverly Hills. I mean, bro, the mansions. I mean, I've done it with photo booths too, but like, just I guess seeing the backyard of a rich house is kind of like different, and it's like it's pretty amazing when you go to Beverly Hills. And if I wasn't in this event business, I don't think I would be able to see any of these rich houses.
You see a lot, and that's what a lot of people don't understand is that you see a lot of crazy things as an event planner, especially as you get better and better. You start working with more people with more money and more money. Like you start with little, the doctors, the lawyers, and stuff like that. All of a sudden, like you're doing like something for like a bigger company, like something like I did, like Chase, which was a big event and stuff like that. You start seeing like at that Chase event, there was two famous people there, two Mexican singers that are really known in the music industry. And when you see those people, like, dang, like I want to do events for them. And then like you see their houses, you're like, whoa, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Sweet. All right, guys, we're gonna get back to the podcast, but quick message from our sponsor, Photo Booth 101, right now. How do you turn this thing on? Oh, Photo Booth 101. All right, thank you, Photo Booth 101, for that sponsorship. We appreciate all of the support.
Those things are always awesome. I just got to say, it's like whoever makes those things are just it should be a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, the budget's really big with these promos.
We got to put this on the Super Bowl, but
so I wanted to shift the gear back to the photo booth business. So let's talk about something, you guys. I know we can all add some 2 cents in here. The value of getting content for your business, especially for this business. Tyler, I always see you posting, so you want to like take the reign on this one?
Okay, so I always put it like this. I like to be in front of the camera. I like to show myself. I like to present, not only am I obviously promoting the business and what I have to offer, but I want the people to know who's running behind it. My wife, she's not really big on being in front of the camera, because me and my wife, just like as well as Monse and Drew, we are a married couple running the business together. Hans as well, because he has his wife as a big supporter as well. So all three of us have a lot of that in common. But I like to be in front of the camera. I like to show my guests like this is who I am. I get a lot of people who question me, oh, what's your LED inflatable look like? What's this look like? And I'm like, oh, perfect opportunity. I literally send them my video of me saying, what's up, guys? Tyler Rodriguez here from TKR Events, and I'm here at this and this event with my LED inflatable and stuff like that. Instead of just showing them a picture like, okay, I'm gonna take my phone and just go take a picture and send it to them. Okay, here's my LED inflatable. Yeah, a lot of people like it to be straightforward, but some people want to see the detail, how you explain and stuff like that. So rather me text a 1 paragraph message, I just go in, I send them my video, boom, they watch the video. And most of the time, 99% of the time I get, oh my God, that was so great. Like, I definitely want to book this. This is so awesome and stuff like that. So, not only am I helping myself by getting leads, I'm also helping myself by building my media. And I've noticed lately, more media I post, I'm getting followers daily now. I'm talking 10, 15 followers a day just by posting stuff. And definitely using hashtags help a lot too. So what do you guys think?
No, bro, you mentioned in there too, it's saving you time.
Saving time.
There's such an issue I have with people like starting their photo booth business and then sending a photo of every single thing that the person is asking for. It's like, bro, make one video, just like this. Hey everyone, Drew here. Today we are at the Ritz-Carlton in Pasadena for a wedding. Just want to show you guys the setup, show you the space. Boom, I'll show the venue, and then I'll show the photo booth. So we have our photo booth set up right here. This is one of the backdrops that we have that they requested it. And let me just run you through the experience. Boom, I do it. I show everybody the photo. Oh, you can text or email. They actually wanted the prints, so we have the prints. I print it out. I show them 13 seconds. I go through everything, right? That is like such an important video to have, because instead of spending 5 to 10 minutes on the phone with people, you could just say, hey, let me send you this video. It's going to show you exactly what we do. And then that is a great video to send. Also that video, if you're at the Ritz-Carlton or at a venue, it's a great video to introduce yourself to the venue. Find out who's in charge, and then in your video say, in this venue, I think this is the perfect place for a photo booth because the windows are over there. There's no backlighting right here. If I put the photo booth over there, the photos wouldn't look so great. So you send that to the venue, like literally.
Yeah, they like it.
Yeah. I have we landed in a venue space because of a video. They were sending that to customers. And people were like booking us. They're like, hey, they want to pick someone that is like familiar with the venue space.
Yep, myself as well. Yep. So I have this area called the Gray Cliff in Moonachie, New Jersey, or Moonachie. I don't know what they're called. It was my first ever photo booth event, and I posted it, and I tagged them multiple times in a bunch of different videos I made. Their Instagram account, I don't know who was running it. I guess their marketing person reached out to me like, oh my God, we love this. This is great. We're definitely going to use you next time. I've had since then 5 other events there since I started my photo booth business. Weddings, Sweet 16s. I've had a quinceanera there, a bunch of events done there. Five, counting the one I did. So 6 events total throughout the whole year. So if you think about it, I've been in the business for 6 months. That's one event a month they've been giving me.
Love it.
So it's good. You get to promote yourself, you get to promote the venue, and other people share it. So you're not only helping your media, but obviously your media is growing by other people sharing your stuff on their media.
Yeah. And I like that Hans CapCut King with the CapCut videos. Hans, yeah, can you talk about that, man? What CapCut is and how you're using it to make social media posts?
Yeah, man. So CapCut is just a software that I ran into. I literally just do it on my phone when I have downtime. I go under templates and just look at something funny that might be relevant to whatever you're doing right now. So, I mean, there's one with like Will Ferrell is like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. Oh, my heart's beating so fast right now, and I put that little clip, and with my mechanical bull in the background, and it says like, oh, like when the customer is being there to like ride the mechanical bull or something like that. Just little things like that, and it grabs the viewer, even if they watch like the first 9 seconds of it. Instagram picks up on it and they're like, hey, they watched at least 9 seconds, so they start pushing it, and you start getting more views. So CapCut's a really good way to use like other content that people know, like Will Ferrell. They know Will Ferrell, they know other movie stars that they use a quote, and then you just put it on your video, and they're more familiar, so they're more willing to watch it, and it just makes it funny. And it's all about getting views, man.
Yeah, keep riding that CapCut wave, Hans. You do really good. I know you're not really a camera person, and I influenced him a little bit to get him on the camera last week.
I saw it. That was great.
I told him, good. But he thought I was kidding. I was like, so we were on the phone. He's like, listen, I'm gonna send you this video. Don't critique me too much. This is my first video, and I'm like, okay, send it to me. So he hung up. I watched the video. I called him back within 5 minutes. I'm like, Hans, that was great. He's like, you're lying. I'm like, I'm not lying. It was so good. I was like, you did a great job. And you know, the over voice was good because he said the venue was loud, and I get it. It was great. But I think the video, you being in front of the camera, I saw your media and I was looking at other posts you posted. You had more likes on that post than any of your other posts.
I did. It did really well, which kind of proved your point that being in front of the camera really does help.
Exactly. And you know, honestly, I can't thank no one but the man right here next to me on the camera, at least, you know, is Mr. Drew over here. I don't know where I'm at on the camera, but he's right here next to me. So I gotta thank Drew because I always like to be in front of the camera, even post photo booth, my photo booth life. You know, I did professional wrestling and stuff back then. I was always on camera, always on YouTube, stuff like that. So I wasn't afraid. You know, I did talent shows and stuff at high school, but you know, I didn't know how to market myself when I got into this business. I didn't know anything. So obviously after reading Drew's book that he sent me and stuff like that, and then watching his videos and stuff like that, it influenced me. Okay, well, he's doing like this, explaining the business and stuff like that. I'm like, that's not that hard. I could do that. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie. It was, I'm not trying to say it was hard. It was in the beginning, it was very tough. And I made it look easy, but it wasn't. You know, it was a lot of editing, stuff like that, et cetera, et cetera. But because of Drew, I got influenced to do it, and now people love it. I have coworkers who I have on social media, and I have friends and stuff who have nothing to do with my photo booth life, and they'll DM me like, "Oh man, I saw you doing this photo booth thing, man. You're doing great, man. You're like a photo booth influencer now." I'm like, "No, slow down, hold up, hold your roll." I said, I have a mentor that does that, but not me.
No, that's a good place to be in too, man. Like, it's why I like doing those videos, right? It's not just because it changes it up, but personally, I don't know how you guys feel. I think being in the videos and being present, whether it's you or you talking, it builds a connection between you and the potential customer.
Exactly.
Like there's been people that booked with Monse and I for our rental company because they're like, "Oh, I love that you guys are wife and husband and wife. We want to do business with you." You know, so it's like,
Yep,
or it could be like, I hate to say it, it could be any angle. If you're a woman, there's plenty of people that are like, I support women business, or you know, a Latino like community, or the Black community, like the people will support you for you.
I gotta
latch onto those things. I'm not saying just do that and like exploit.
I gotta get my wife on. I gotta get my wife on that. Just like Monse, I see that sometimes she jumps in and does like the, "Oh, hey guys, it's Monse here from, you know, your business name and stuff like that, and etc." You know, I like that she does that too. Like you guys take turns. My wife, she's a little shy on the camera. I'm not gonna lie, but we're getting her. You know, the next event we have coming up next week, we have 2 events in the middle of the week next week because now it's December, guys, coming up soon. By the time you guys see this, it'll be December. So Christmas is right around the corner. We have a lot of, finally, for the first time ever, I have a lot of midweek events, and there's a lot of office parties. I did exactly what you told me. I went on Indeed and I hit up a bunch of companies, and it's like every week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, and it's all month next month. I have events back to back in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get her on camera so she can finally start posting some stuff.
A pro tip for her, if she's not comfortable with being camera, just do an intro where it's you guys waving, so where she's not talking, and then just have her do a voiceover. That's easier, less pressure, because there's, you know, your face. You can be in your PJs and you can record that.
That's true. Yeah,
we got a couple more. We got a couple more minutes here. Let's talk about where to post first of all. But before that, I just want to give a little tip here to anyone watching. Go into an event as thinking you're a social media creator and say, I want to get 3 videos out of this event, and plan it out. 1 video, day in the life of. Maybe the second video, you're at the venue, or you're talking about your backdrops and why they're important. Third video, talk about the boomerang experience on your photo booth. Like, have content like that. And what I brought up with Hans, right, the CapCut, is you'll be surprised how easy it is to recycle footage on CapCut. You can take a photo and that could be like, I was never going to use this photo, but Hans is able to make a video that's getting like 1,000+ views on TikTok by just a photo, you know? So real quick, we have a couple more minutes, but where do you guys post? Like, I know we're talking about social media, but where in specific? YouTube, TikTok, Instagram?
My favorite thing I gotta say is Instagram. I love Instagram because, you know, I get a lot of my likes there, hashtag stuff like that. I have a lot of following on Instagram already, and plus Instagram is connected with Facebook because it's both owned by Meta, so it automatically goes to my Facebook account. So those are my 2 favorites because that's where I get majority of my leads from. And then obviously third, I have to save it. It's been getting better. I really kind of don't post on there much. Is TikTok, but I noticed lately I've been kind of doing the Hans thing and doing some cap cuts on TikTok. You know, doing those little characters over your photo booth stuff. And it's been, you know, getting some likes, followers. I have a think of 50, 60 followers, but I'm not like pushing to get a lot of followers on TikTok. If I do, great. If not, you know, I focus more on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, cool. We got 1 more minute here, guys, before we wrap it up. Same thing with you, Hans. I'm pretty sure you're on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I try to get on the TikTok thing. I am putting whatever I put on IG, I'll put on TikTok. Just TikTok's taking off a little bit slower, but IG is my go-to right now. I know that I don't want to sleep because you said don't sleep on TikTok, so I don't want to sleep on it, and hopefully it you know, the dividends pay out.
Love it. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hans and Tyler's stuff in the description. Thank you for watching this episode. We will see you next week.